Let me share the class. Entire window share. More. Can you see my screen? Yeah, all good. So, can you see Ubuntu? VMware? Ah, good. Let it turn up. Tata bite taluplatले से. So are you practicing the programs? I hope I had gave you some assignments in the last class. Are you practicing the programs? See, the basic thing anywhere is you should cultivate the habit of learning. So unless you learn, there is no use in paying fees and doing something. Okay. So in today's class we are going to see loops. What is a loop basically? So what is a loop basically? Let us go through the paint. Let us say I have a set of statements. Assume these are statements. I have statements. So sometimes I want to repeat a set of statements for n number of times. I want to repeat statements for n number of times. That means, say, if I want to repeat a set of statements for 10 times, it is okay. I can simply repeat those statements for 10 times. That is very simple. But if you want to repeat it for 1000 times, the length of the code will increase more and it will create lot of difficulty in understanding the program. Okay. So that is why what has been did is, so we are given with a set of statements. So we are given with, to execute these statements, what is required is, we will be having something which is going to repeat this for n number of times, which is going to repeat these statements for n number of times. That particular thing we are going, this is nothing but, so what this will do is, this will repeat the statements for n number of times, let us say. This will be repeated for n number of times. I hope it is very clear and simple. Anyone can understand. Yeah, the set of statements are going to be repeated. But It will be repeated continuously. It will be repeated continuously. So there should be a monitor that should stop. There should be a monitor that should stop this execution. So for stopping this execution, we will be having a condition. We simply call it as condition. So we will be having a condition. That condition is responsible for. So once the condition is true, here you will be having a condition. Here we will be having a condition. As long as the condition is true, the set of statements will be executed. As long as the condition is true, the set of statements will be executed. Once the condition is false, the control will not enter the loop. Once the condition is false, the control will not enter the loop. So it will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop. So control will go this way. So once the condition is false. Once the condition is false, as long as this is true, it will be going like this. As long as this is false, it will be coming out of the loop. This is simple explanation of a condition. So a condition, what is a condition? Which will execute a set of statements. What is a loop? What is a loop? Which will execute a condition for n number of times. How will you count the n? The n, that means number of times. N means number of times. How will you count it is going to be executed for n number of times? Based on a condition. What will guard a condition? What will guard a condition? I will tell you the next. So once the condition is true, the statements are executed. Once the condition is false, the statement is skipped. So then what is a condition? What is meant by a condition? What are all the specific things we should have in a condition? So a condition is nothing but a relational expression. A relational expression which will evaluate true or false. A relational expression which will evaluate to true or false. Okay. So then, how this relational expression? So this is a condition. A relational expression is nothing but a condition is nothing but a relational expression. A condition is nothing but a relational expression. Okay. So then, in this relational expression, what all we will be having? We will be having the first thing, number one, loop counter. A condition is established based upon a loop counter. So, what are the steps involved in this loop? Number one, loop counter it is nothing but loop counter initialization. Loop counter initialization. Number two, loop counter based condition. Loop counter based condition. Loop counter based condition. In any programming language, this is required. C. Loop counter updation. Loop counter updation. So a condition which is nothing but a relational expression is based upon these things. Loop counter initialization, loop counter updation based condition, and a loop counter updation. And a loop counter updation. So let me go through with a small flow chart for understanding this. For understanding a loop, give me a second. Why download is not started? It is a small thing. Yeah. Let me install this. Oh, see, I want a small flowchart executor. Okay, no worries. We can pick up this. But this will not allow us to execute. However, we want to draw, like let me draw this here itself. So I want to draw a flow chart that execute, that prints numbers up to 10. It will simply print numbers up to 10. So I want to draw a small flowchart that will print numbers up to 10. No worries. So what shall we do here is, up to 10. I want it to print up to 10. So what I will do is, I will take a small variable I. Let me call it as loop counter, LC. Let me initialize this with 1. So what I will be printing is, I want to print the numbers up to 10. So Control Z. I want to print numbers up to 10. So print LC. Print LC. What is there in LC? Initially it is 1. Initially it is 1. And hence 1 is printed. And hence 1 is printed. Am I right? So then, if I want to print the next value 2, what I should do? I should make this value to 2. I should make this value to 2. I should initialize this value to 2. But that is not possible. Because I need to write an additional statement. Additional statement LC is equals to 2. Then I will print LC. So I need to repeat these statements for 10 times. So, but that is not a good practice. So what we need to do? We need to print the value of LC by changing it in the runtime. So what we can do here is we can increase the value of LC. We can update the value of LC. So what I will do here, LC is equals to LC plus 1. LC is equals to LC plus 1. So what happened? So now the value of LC, now it became 2. So after this statement, it became 2. Now the value of LC is 2. I will repeat this. I will repeat this. I will repeat this. Up to what long I want to repeat this? As long as LC is less than or equals to 10. So the condition is LC less than or equals to 10. LC less than or equals to 10. Okay. As long as LC is less than or equals to 10, this condition is repeated. Once the LC value becomes 11, the condition will become false. The condition is going to be false. And hence the loop is terminated. And the control comes out of this. This is how a small program will be executing. Okay. So I want something that can show you how a loop will be executed online. Raptor. Why I am not getting Raptor here? Raptor for Windows 10. So Raptor can show us where to download documentation. now available for Mac Linux. Multiple documentation for free. Raptor for give me a second. Let me install this. Okay. Raptor. Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay. Okay. Yep. So now I will be writing a program that will be executing something for n number of times. So a small flowchart that will be printing numbers up to 10. Okay. So as I told you, the first step here is we need to initialize this. So set I to I means LC. LC stands for loop counter. Let us start our discussion. Set this to 1. Okay, done. So LC is initially assigned to 1. So after that, what we are going to do? Actually, our idea is to output LC. What we want to output, say edit, and what you want to print. I want to print LC. Done. So this will print LC. This will print LC. So, but if I run this program, if I run this, you can see only 1 is printed. But what is the idea? We want to repeat LC up to 10. Up to 10. So if I run this program repeatedly, what happens? LC will be printed for the next time. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1 like that. Yes, I can repeat this program for 10 times, that it will be printing for 1 for 10 times. But that is not the case. So what is the expectation is, we want to repeat LC in such a way that it will be executed for, it will be updated and it will be executed for this many for up to 10. So we need to add a condition, edit. So we need to enter the loop exit condition. Loop exit condition is LC less than or equals to 10. LC less than or equals to 10. Yes. So LC less than or equals to 10. LC, so it will comes into the loop. LC 1 less than or equals to 10 is true. That is why it will come here. It will come here. Okay. No, it will go up. So now what we can do here is, now you can start executing. So now you can see loop counter LC value is modified. Loop counter LC value is 1 less than or equals to, edit, this is true, count examples, LC less than or equals to 10. Is that happening? Why it is not printing? Done. Okay. The reason here is no, then it will loop. So LC greater than, LC less than, no. Yes, it will print this and come out of the loop. So this should be here. This I want to bring it and put as part of the loop. Cut. No. Let it be. I can save it later. Output. Okay. Let me save it on the desktop. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. So just for understanding, I am going through this. Yeah. Here. Output LC. Done. Okay. Now run this. Now you can see LC less than or equals to 10. This is true, but we need to write the reverse of the condition. Edit. As long as LC greater than or equals to 10. LC greater than 10. Okay. Now run it. So now you can see LC is now 1 and then now it is made to 2. So now it is made to 3. Like that it will be repeated for 10 times and you can see the output. Now you can see the output, and when LC becomes 10, it will stop. So it will be printing from 1 to 9. It will be printing something like LC is always 1. That is why it will not stop at all. That is why it is not stop at all, because LC is 1 here. Here you can see LC is 1. LC is not updated. So this is LC initialization, LC based condition. As I told you, a loop will be governed by 3 steps. Loop counter initialization, loop counter based condition, loop counter updation. Loop counter updation. So the updation part is missing here. So go to assignment, add an assignment. Here we will say LC to LC plus 1. LC plus 1. So this is loop counter updation. Now you see. So now you can see. So LC is 1. Now LC is 2. Now LC is 3, 4, 5. So the value of loop counter is changing. The value of loop counter is changing. When 10 greater than 10, it is also false. When 11 greater than 10, it is true. It is true. So when that is why it will stop. So here you can see 1 to 10 it is being printed. 1 to 10. LC. So as long as the condition is there, so we can, as long as the condition is there, we can execute a loop. Okay. So that is how loops are designed. This is how loops are designed. You have to understand what we can do in a loop. So exactly when in Raptor, in this particular version, what you can see here is no అయినప్పుడు కండిషన్స్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతాయి, ట్రూ అయినప్పుడు బయట వచ్చేస్తున్నాం, అంతే డిఫరెన్స్. సో ఇవి రెండు అఫ్ కోర్స్ మనం మార్చలేమనుకుంటాం దీన్ని మనం. వీ కెనాట్ చేంజ్ ఇట్. వీ కెనాట్ ఎడిట్ ఏ లూప్. హెల్ప్ లూప్ ఎగ్జిట్ కండిషన్. నో అయినప్పుడు లూప్ అవుతుంది, ఎస్ అయినప్పుడు బయట వచ్చేస్తాం, అంతే. లూప్ని మనం మార్చలేం. ఎడిట్ ఇక్కడ రావట్లేదు. స్కేల్, వ్యూ, రన్, మోడ్, ఐఎన్కే, విండోస్, generate. So it can also help you to generate a program also. You can generate a C++ program. It will obviously generate a C++ program. Here you can see. This Raptor is giving us a program also. Okay. సో ఇక్కడ నో అయినప్పుడు లూప్లోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాలి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ వాడు నాట్ రాసుకున్నాడు ముందుగా అంతే. సో Raptor can also generate. You have to specify what is its type. It is int. You have to specify what is its type. Int. So LC is assigned with 1. So like this, LC is updated. So Raptor can give you programs automatically. Of course, we don't want all those things. We are not in that part. But however, to understand a loop, this basic concept is required. That is why I had gone through this one. Okay. No, I don't want this. What is this? When we install programs from unauthorized websites, this is the problem. Opera I had not installed, but it was installed by some other program. Yeah. Such things we don't want. Okay. Just refresh. Opera was uninstalled. Okay. All good. So this is a small Raptor program that helps you to understand anything. So you can also start practicing all your programs. So ఎవరికైతే ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ డిఫికల్టీ ఉంటుందో వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా they can use this Raptor for understanding the basic programs. Okay. So this now we can close for now. Close Raptor. Yes. That will be stored somewhere, that we need not to worry for now. And then let us get back here. So now how to write loops in shell programming. What are the loops that are allowed in shell programming? Shell programming loops, for loop and while loop are allowed. In shell programming, for loop and while loop are allowed. Where is this? Virtual machine is not in safe state. Okay. Let us restart guest. So shell programming supports two types of loops. One is while, the other one is for loop. So what is a while loop? What is a while loop? So before that, let us go with the while loop first, then we can go for loop. So what is a while? So while loop is nothing but which will be having a while followed by a condition, do and done. So these are the keywords that are used in a shell script while loop. So let us go through that. So let me enter the password. So now open the terminal. In terminal, as usual, say gedit. So here we are going to write a while loop that will be printing something for 10 times. LC loop counter is 1, and then while condition. So how to write a condition? A condition should be written using the test, or you can write it using square brackets. LC less than or equals to 10. Loop counter less than or equals to 10. Do what we want to do. So we want to echo what is there in LC, $LC. $LC. After that, say done. After that, say done, and then we have to update the loop counter also. +1. +1. These semicolons are not required in shell programming. So Control S, my shell programs, while .sh, while loop .sh, while loop.sh. Okay. So now come back here and then let's take another one. ls cd my shell programs, ls. So here as usually change mod +x for while loop. So now /while.sh. So there is an error in line 2. There is an error in line 2. Go to gedit. While test should be specified with spaces. Save this. It will not understand. We have to specify right like this. So you can simply specify less than or equals to -le. -le. Control S. $LC. So LC is equals to LC +1. We have to specify that in EXPR. We have to specify that in EXPR with back quotes. $LC +1. Wherever we are specifying, we have to specify that with $. Then only it will understand, and make sure you are giving spaces between the operators. Okay. Control C. Control C. LC not found in command. This LC is equals to otherwise is expression not required here. Let me check. But the expression is required here. But the biggest difficulty in understanding this is the latest versions will be having different things. One, it is printing. Here in line 5 we are getting an error. What is this, that error? 1 is getting printed. Line 5, LC command not found. Oh. Instead of LC, let me use I. Because LC, there is a command LC. That is why it is showing an error. I. Control S. Where is the error? I don't want to waste time here. I should be assigned with $i+1. That is my idea. But what is happening? So when my simple idea in solving a error in a program is, whenever we are having a mistake, go to ChatGPT, stay logged out, paste that program. Command A, Command C. Command V. Just ask ChatGPT where we are missing. So $i+1, that this is not understanding. So like this we need to assign. But however, we specified the same in EXPR also, right? But EXPR should be able to do that. What happened to EXPR? What happens to EXPR? We can always specify value of EXPR, but still there is a issue in EXPR. Let me check this. Give me 1 minute. Actually, EXPR should be able to execute that one, but still, what is the error of it? Let me check it. EXPR is missing something. Control C. EXPR is missing something. What is that it is missing here? EXPR -help. EXPR will evaluate an expression. EXPR will be evaluating an expression. Arithmetic sum, that will execute an arithmetic sum. So value of an expression, but why it is not executing? Okay. To avoid confusion for now, Let me go with dollar I plus 1. What does it mean? It should result in an error again. Command not found. Control C. Copy code. Here. And command V. Yes. Oh. What is that we are missing here? Okay, whatever it is. So EXPR, what is issue with EXPR? EXPR, I will say I is equals to 1. EXPR echo EXPR code EXPR Mac code EXPR $I plus 1 $I plus 1. Close this. EXPR $I plus 1. Some issue with the VM. Let me check it. Terminal. Where is the terminal? Here it is. Control C. EXPR quotes. I plus 1 not found. Why addition is not happening here? Why addition in EXPR is not happening? Let's see. Copy. Okay, it was updated like this. It was updated like this. So you can use EXPR provided with the dollar again. So there should be an additional dollar. There should be an additional dollar. So EXPR can be used with brackets also. Should be used with brackets in a program. When we write it in a program, we have to use it in brackets, and then it should be provided with some $2 here. So this is what is the missing in the program. Okay, no worries. So somehow get back to the program. So this is the program. So here you can see how to write a expression. How to write a expression. So expression in a program should be written in two parentheses, two brackets. So here we are writing the loop condition updation. Loop condition updation. So in this loop condition updation, this is how you will be doing it. Okay. So the next part of the loops are for loops. The next part of the loops are for loops. So for loop should be used for a variable. So for that we need to create a list. For that we need to create a list. So how to create a list? First thing is how to create a list. So for that what you can do here is, first thing, so do done. So this program will not change. I will take one more thing. Let me save it as simple for. For loop.sh. For loop.sh. So here what we are going to do is, for I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the list. List can be created like this. When the list is, it is an anonymous list. Without anonymous means something which has no name is anonymous. So for echo, so do echo what we want to print. So we want to print I. So $i. $i done. $i done. Save this program and simply try to change mod for loop. Change mod plus x for loop sh. So now / for loop sh. So here you can see. This is very simple, where we will be writing a list. So but now this is an anonymous list. So but now if you want to create a own list in ShellScript, so for that creating a list in ShellScript. So how to create a list in ShellScript? How to create a list in ShellScript? So for this, what you can do is, so here this is the brackets you have to use, and you have to put them in the list. You have to put them in the list. So for that, what you can do? So you can simply call it as, so just copy this. I will write another program. Let me save it. For loop with list. For loop with list .sh. So let me save, let me take my list. You can do anything what you want. So you can create a list for fruit, F-R-U-I-T, fruit in my list. For fruit in my list, do what you want to do. Echo $fruit. Done. Control S. So just again change mod plus x. Change mod plus x. What we want to do here, for with this one. So okay. So now / for loop with list.sh. So my list. What it is printing? It is printing my list. What it is printing? It want to print fruit. So to access this from list, in my list. So we are missing how to access this one. In my list it is taking only this my list, but we want to take the contents. So for that I think @ we need to specify that in @. Yeah, this is the format. This is the format. Control C. Control V. Nobody in IT will remember all the programs. So there is nothing like any program, we will be getting it from internet only. Yeah, here you can see. Okay. But when you are going to write a program on your own, you have to do this. You have to remember how to create a list, but how to access my list at the rate. I do remember as at the rate, but whenever I too go for an interview, I will brush all these basic skills. Okay. So this is all about loops. In today's class, we have gone through Raptor, which is used for installing, a loop, and then followed by it is not only for loops. A Raptor is used for writing small flowcharts, executing all flowcharts, and then we are also go through while and for loops in and a small array. How to create a small array? You can create an any array. Type is not mandatory in shell scripts. Okay, fine. So this is all about shell scripting. In tomorrow's class, we will go with Docker.